Hi there, it's Trisha Holm with Homemade Smart again, and today we are going to show you how we utilize buying in bulk to save, to make meals for later on in the month. So what I've done is this is a, instead of buying your pork chops that are already cut, which it can cost for labor, so you know what I do is I buy this. I just got this at Costco, and this is a pork loin, top loin roast, boneless. I mean, you can cut twofold. First of all, you can use this as a beautiful roast if you were having a dinner party and you want to have a pork roast. Absolutely beautiful. Or you can do what I do most of the time is I'll buy a really nice roast like this, and then I will cut it into smaller sections and then freeze the parts that I need freeze the serving sizes. So that's what we're going to do today. So I got this really nice piece of meat over at Costco, and you can go to Cash and Carry or Sam's Club or whatever we have in your area, or Safeway or whatever good stores that you have. And then of course it's poultry, it's pork, and so we want to make sure we're washing our hands after all this meat that we're using. So this one just happened to come with with the string to hold it together, so if you're actually going to use it as a pork roast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off of here, and then just going to cut each of these into nice little pork chops, and you can make them as thick or as thin as you like. If you know, like for us, we have 7 in our family, and my husband and my oldest son will eat 2 of them, so I will make 2 for them. So I know that it's going to take 9 pieces, don't you dare, 9 pieces to make a serving. So what I'm going to do is, and this is really nice piece of pork here. So I'm going to kind of just start cutting this into the thicknesses that I need and how many I'm going to need for later serving. So let's see, here's one. And so it depends on the size of your family. If there's only 4 of you and you've got little tiny ones at home, you know, one of those or even half of one would suffice for dinner. And so if you want, but I can probably get about 2 servings out of here, 2 different meals. Now I'm going to go ahead and put them into sections of 3, because sometimes I might just need a little bit of pork for maybe a stir fry where you don't need a whole bunch but just a little tiny bit. So I'm going to make them into sections of 3 when I freeze them. And so we just keep continuing to cut them like this. And then always make sure that when you're done touching meat like this, I'm going to wash our hands and use paper towels so we can throw that all away. So get this side, this section all cut. And this one's really nice. If you wanted to cut them a little bit thicker, you could. If you're maybe having a dinner party and you're wanting, there's 2 couples, you and another couple, and you want to make stuffed pork chops, you could do that. Or if there's only 4 of you in the family, you could do that. So it just depends on the size of your family, on how much you want to utilize. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. On this one. Ew. Okay, so that's 9. So that's 1 serving, or 1 meal for us anyway. And okay, so this is section of 2. So I'm going to put this over on here. So then what I have here is I have some freezer paper, and this has got a plastic side or a waxy side that we put the meat onto, so that it doesn't stick the paper. This tends to keep it a little bit more protected. You could also use, if you're fortunate enough to have a food saver, you can also put the sections of meat in there if you have a food saver. And so I wrap them up like this into the section of 3 like that. And then a couple of different things. I'm going to wash my hands up real fast after having that meat on there. It's worse with poultry, but even if you have meat and raw juices, you always want to make sure you wash up your hands. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to go ahead, and there's a couple of different options that you can do. You can get the Ziploc or the plastic bags or freezer bags that are specifically made to put things in the freezer, and because it's already been wrapped in the paper. Alright, so then what we've done is put it into a freezer bag. Then you always want to make sure that you label your freezer bag so you know what's in there. And they always have a little place that you can do that on there. And okay, so see that in there, and then we're going to put three pork loins. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the date on there, which is, so I know exactly how long that meat has been in there. So I'm going to finish up with the rest of this, and that is the way you can get to really utilize bulk meat